Welcome, everybody. So glad to see you here. All right, Deb, I think we'll go ahead and get started.
Sure, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Hello, and welcome to our session today, UAGC Toastmasters International, Supporting Student Success in Public Speaking. My name is Dr. Wendy Conaway, and I'm an associate professor here at UAGC in the Academic Engagement Center. I am also lead faculty for the course Gen 102. By joining us today, you acknowledge that this session is being recorded and will be shared with TLC related materials. Microphones will be muted for this presentation, but we encourage you to post any questions and comments in the chat. Also, we've enabled live transcription. If you'd like to use it, click on the live transcription button at the bottom of your Zoom window. Today, we're going to talk about 4 different things. Recognizing the need for public speaking in higher education, identifying resources that can help with public speaking in higher education, creating the opportunity right here at UAGC, and reaping the rewards and benefits of doing so. Let's talk about recognizing the need. Not so very long ago, in a class not very far away, ASH 101, I was teaching this course, which consists of entry point students. This was in the early part of 2020, and one of the exercises that the students had to complete in weeks 2 and 3 was to create a SWOT analysis. And SWOT analysis is basically talking about their strengths and their weaknesses, opportunities and threats. And they had to really draw inside of themselves to determine what those were. As I graded so many of those assignments, I saw a common thread. So many students shared that they were afraid of public speaking. For example, I will share a few of them from that ASH 101 course. One student said, in terms of her academic experiences, I know I like to talk, but it surprises everyone when they find out that when I was in high school, I was in JROTC, and most of the time, if we weren't outside marching or doing PT, we were doing presentations. For some reason, I have so much confidence getting up in front of the class, but then when it comes to speaking, I'm not so great. I start to think a lot while I'm trying to talk simultaneously, and it becomes a mess. I've had flashcards, but I try not to focus so much on the flashcards, so I tend to forget what I'm saying when I look up from the cards. Another verbatim quote from a student's public speaking in terms of her professional area, public speaking has always been difficult for me. I'm fine when I'm addressing a group of people in an informal setting, but when I have to address a group of people at work, I feel really anxious. I've had plenty of experiences with it in my professional life, and I'm sure that people who observe me think I do fine, but I'm very hard on myself. And finally, our students expressed a personal inhibition about public speaking. As for weaknesses, I'm shy when I'm around people. I find it hard to speak because I don't know what to say. I feel like I'm saying something wrong, or they might think I'm weird. I guess that's why I don't have many friends, because I don't talk much, because I'm not good at talking at people or talking to people. I spend my whole teen life in my room. The only way I talk is to write. And when you talk to me in person, I don't know what to say. I just freeze. I am so shy. These are just some of many, many experiences that our students shared in ASH 101. And that got me thinking, why is it important, and why should it be important for us to address public speaking in higher education? It turns out, then doing a little research about this, our students are not that unique. Evidently, in a study by Marijo, a study of 1,135 students found that approximately 63% of those students shared a fear of public speaking. And when invited to participate in a public speaking class, 85% of them jumped at the chance to do so. So we are identifying an issue that is pretty common when it comes to public speaking in higher education. One other thing, we need to determine why it's important for our students to be more comfortable speaking in public and why we should expend the effort to help them do that. In a 2020 research study, T et al. Stated that public anxiety can negatively affect 3 areas: the workforce, leading to low income, in front of the workforce, social relationships, leading to a loss of self-confidence and motivation, and finally, T said, in education, leading to dropouts and a problem with retention. So in thinking about all of this, when I was teaching ASH 101, I thought, what resources are there out there for our students? And I started thinking about my own journey. Remember when I shared with you that the student said that she was a little apprehensive and she relied on her notes? That was me also. And another student who said she didn't have any problem talking in public, but when she was talking to a larger group, she got nervous. That was me also. So hearing the student struggles led me to think about my own. So I started looking for some resources that could help both me, but especially our students. And this is my journey. What I found was Toastmasters International. So let me share a little bit about what Toastmasters International is about. They've been around for a very long time, almost 100 years. They have over 300,000 members. They offer 15,800 clubs as of June of this year, and they exist in 149 countries. If you think about that, that's a tried and true presence. That's a tried and true approach to helping people improve public speaking. So I felt this is an avenue that I really needed to try out, not only for me, but anticipation that it could help our students as well. In diving more in the Toastmasters International program, I found out that they had a pathways curriculum, which is basically an educational curriculum that help people understand skills and strategies in order to improve not only public speaking, but leadership as well. It offers an opportunity and creates an environment for safe, supportive practice and safe, supportive development. I really like that, not just for me, but for our students as well. And one thing I really thought resonated with our students is the fact that it's flexible and self-paced. As we know here at UAGC, we have non-traditional students and they require flexibility. That's why they're here attending online classes. The Pathways curriculum, they have 11 of them here at Toastmasters International. They range anywhere from dynamic leadership to presentation mastery to persuasive influence. Each of these curriculum paths will be able to provide similar skills and strategies on the first 2 levels: fundamentals of delivery and giving and receiving feedback, and personal communication skills. On the last 3 levels of each one of these modules, that's when it becomes specialized. So if you are pursuing a pathway having to do with persuasive influence, sorry, my tongue got wrapped, persuasive influence, then those last 3 levels will focus on those specifically. Increasing knowledge in that path, building skills through application, and demonstrating mastery. All through these pathways, students and faculty and alumni and anybody else here at UAGC who wishes to join can practice and work through those levels. When we meet, which is on a weekly basis, we have Toastmasters club roles. And Toastmasters is very, very good at promoting leadership. So we have leadership roles such as president, vice president of education, secretary, and vice president of membership. And those individuals are responsible to keep the club running so that the club continues to be successful for all members. In each meeting, there are specific meeting roles, and those are rotated amongst members. These meeting roles help run the meeting, give people an opportunity to lead on a smaller scale, and give them an opportunity to practice their public speaking. And in each meeting, there is a specific structure. Each meeting is designed for three different parts. First, the prepared speeches, where you do a lot of preparation in order to present your speech. Then we have impromptu speaking, which really helps everybody learn how to speak off the cuff. For example, if you're in a meeting and your boss turns to you and says, "Oh, can you answer that question? Or would you like to step up and address this issue?" I can do that because I've been in Toastmasters and I've had practice. And finally, we rely very strongly on evaluations. Much like the feedback that we give our students in their classes, on their assignments, we give feedback on their public speaking speeches. Seeing that all of this could benefit our students so much, I set out on a quest to create the opportunity to bring Toastmasters International here at UAGC. It took about 6 months for us to really come together and figure out how we were going to make this work and make this happen for our students, our alumni, our faculty, and our administrators. We had a work group that was approximately 10 people strong who believed in this initiative. And this work group was comprised of individuals all across the university in administrative levels, in the Forbes School of Business, in the College of Arts and Sciences, in the Academic Engagement Center. We had a number of individuals who were very, very in tune with the need to bring this to the students. We also had a marketing campaign. We did a reach out of our students to see how many students would be interested in bringing this. In our initial reach out, or outreach, I should say, we had over 750 interested students. We've subsequently done another reach out and we had another 300 interested students. We identified flexible meeting times for those students. And now we meet once a week, but 2 different times. We have an afternoon meeting and we have an evening meeting so that we can meet the flexibility of our students and our faculty as well. We also have wonderful external support from Toastmasters. It's not, this whole initiative wasn't done just on our initiation. Toastmasters International offers individuals who volunteer to help support new clubs get rolling, and they did that for us. And also, we wanted to bring students and faculty together. We created clubs where students and faculty could together pursue their public speaking goals. And I think that this was very, very beneficial for our students who attend these meetings because now they feel more comfortable reaching out to their faculty. It has been a very rewarding experience, and I do believe that we're on the right track. Meluk and Starcher and Fian research asserts that students and instructors who disclose personal experience of public speaking as being more confident and more competent, and students who perceive their instructors as being willing to share their experiences rely on them more to become their mentors. That's one of the reasons why we put our students and our faculty together in this initiative. So what kind of rewards and what kind of outcomes can we expect here at UAGC after we've created this opportunity for our students? Well, let me share a few things that we have not only observed, but also expect to continue to observe in our students as we move forward. As we reap these rewards, the students will be provided skills to enhance their public speaking and leadership, not just in the online environment, but also participation in virtual and face-to-face meetings, collaborating with and leading others, giving presentations in the classrooms or conferences, creating videos in and for the classroom, and responding to impromptu speaking opportunities. At this point, I want to share one of the experiences for one of our student Toastmasters who began with us back in June. This individual was very, very nervous when he first began. He did not speak clearly. He was a little bit apprehensive. No, he was a lot apprehensive, as a matter of fact, when he first started out with Toastmasters, but he recognized the value. And in just this short period of time, he has stepped out. He has practiced by bringing speeches to almost every one of the meetings. He has assumed a variety of different roles. And this individual has blossomed as a public speaker. As a matter of fact, he has made a connection with another institution and another group of individuals where he has been invited out to speak to them. And he has enrolled himself in a conference next year because he has felt this experience to be so valuable for him that he cannot wait to test it out. This is what we're doing for our students. This is what we want them to achieve. We want to give them these public speaking skills, give them the confidence that not only they can carry through their academic pursuits here at UAGC, but also because we're preparing them for the workplace. This is a necessary skill that students need when they become professionals in the workplace. We provide some opportunity for public speaking and learning about public speaking in our Gen 103 speech courses and some in our COM 200 courses. But presenting Toastmasters International is really the key to providing the opportunity for them to practice solely their public speaking skills and getting the feedback they need. Toastmasters also helps promote effective written and oral communication by reinforcing the writing skills when they have to write their speeches, by encouraging active listening as we are listening to provide feedback to our fellow Toastmasters, and students strengthen the ability to effectively receive feedback. And we all know that that is a skill that has to be developed, not only for UAGC students in academics, but also in the workplace. It sets faculty, staff, and students up for ongoing academic and professional success. It helps them establish goals. It helps them promote their networking skills because our students and our faculty are from everywhere here at UAGC. And also it's transferable to other Toastmaster clubs across their lifetime. So if a student decides they want to transfer to, after they've graduated, to a Toastmasters club, wherever it is they work, they can do that. It also looks really good on their resume, as employers will see, you were in Toastmasters, you took the initiative to work on your public skills and leadership skills. I like that in a potential employee. I think that you are going to be good for our organization. And finally, it builds self-confidence, poise, and self-awareness. I will be honest with you. I brought UAGC Toastmasters here to UAGC because I felt the value. I could not be providing this presentation to you one short year ago. I would have been extremely nervous. I would have been quaking. My heart would have been beating out of my chest. But getting the resource, the opportunity to practice, getting the support I needed and the feedback I needed, I knew all of this would be beneficial for our students as well. And that's why it's important that we present this to the students And if you hear students say, I'm nervous about public speaking, or I'm not sure that I can create this video in my classroom, or I don't know how to write a speech, or I'm just not good with people. Remember, we have the opportunity to bring this to them real time in a real fashion. So I thank you for listening to this presentation. And at this point, I would love to take any questions, any comments about our presentation, about Toastmasters, about how it can benefit our students. Well, before I do that, I would like to just ask you all, using your reaction symbols, do you have any apprehension about speaking in public? You can raise your hand with your reaction symbol. Michelle, you raised your hand, and Diana raised her hand, and Ryan, yes. All of these things that I've mentioned today can certainly help you overcome that fear of public speaking. As I've said, it was a journey. It took me, I would say, about a year to become confident enough to be able to do one of these speeches, to feel confident enough to present this to you all, and to feel like I was doing the benefit of a public service for our students as well. Would anybody have any questions, or does anybody have any comments they'd like to make? Ryan says, I'm always a little nervous on the first day of class when teaching in person. Ryan, I'm right there with you. I taught in person for a long time before I was fortunate enough to come to UAGC. And it was very difficult for me to feel confident and to feel, to dispel my anxiety when standing in front of my students. It was very difficult for me to be able to overcome that. And had I been a part of Toastmasters before, at that point, I think that it would really have benefited me. Connie said, being a little nervous is a good thing. It prompts you to prepare. Yes, and recognizing that those nerves can also create some kind of a freeze, not just anxiety, the normal level of anxiety, but cause you to freeze, which I've seen some people do. It can be problematic. So learning through all of these methods, strategies, and skills, it can be very helpful. I believe we're at our time. I very much appreciate everybody who attended this session today. And if you have students who would benefit from Toastmasters, please inform them. And if you would be interested in enhancing your public skills, come join us. Thank you so much.